Welcome back to Brush Country Monsters. This week, we're going to follow Allan and Denise Rovig of McWhorter Custom Rifles. They're in Oklahoma with some good friends on their private ranch. They got some monster whitetails. Stay tuned for more Brush Country Monsters.
A lot of deer getting chased by younger bucks, and I see some more movement on the back right-hand corner of the field.
We barely have camera light and we're already seeing lots of deer out in front of us. That's a great way to start a hunt anywhere. Finally, this buck stops under some limbs at the far end of the food plot, but he's about to exit on us, and I had to make a split-second decision and pull the trigger on him.
Leah's been watching Longbrow all summertime. Guess who's up next? Leah and the 7STW McWhorter.
McWhorter Custom Rifles presents Brush Country Monsters.
So it's mid-November, and we're ready for our annual trip to go see our good friends, Bill Bolin and his daughter, Leah.
Hey, y'all are still here. We figured y'all might have changed the dresses and not told us. How you doing? Good to see you.
Opening morning of the rifle season in Oklahoma. I had a great hunt out here last year, so I'm excited to be back. Bill and Leah are great hosts, so I can't wait to get to the blind.
We've been waiting all year for this, and the weather's not gonna be too bad, is it? Gonna be nice and cool. Gonna be a little windy tomorrow.
Yeah, gonna be decent.
Yeah, I met Allan out in New Mexico hunting, doing an elk hunting trip, and we got talking about deer hunting and rifles, and just got together and put this hunt together, and bought one of Allan's rifles. Been amazed with that, and the friendship's developed over the last couple of years, and it's been a good time. We're here on the hunting property we're on, south of Ada, and we're in Pontotoc County. We've been seeing a few more bigger bucks come out of Pontotoc County than what we used to. A lot of people are managing their property now, letting the bucks get a little bit older, doing a little management, putting in some better food plots and different things, and starting to see some nice deer come out of this area.
We're both gonna take our 6.5 Weatherbys, and we get out there the day before the season, and Bill and Lee are at camp, and just so good to see them again. We just had a great time last year, so we talk about what we're gonna do on opening day, and we make a plan for the Oklahoma rifle opener.
Well, it'd be good if we could actually go out and get in the stand. I think my backpack with my Ozonics and binoculars, got to have my Swarovski binoculars and rangefinder in Allan's truck, which he took off about 5 o'clock this morning. So we may have to sneak in on his truck and get my stuff. At least I have my gun and some bullets. So we may just go rogue. We barely have camera light and we're already seeing lots of deer out in front of us. That's a great way to start a hunt anywhere. So this first sit, not too much time passes, and this nice buck comes out. Is that him? It's obvious that he is a buck that I would like to take. And I get on the rifle, the 6.5 is ready, and this is where it can get a little frustrating. I can have a great view, clear shot on an animal, but the camera guy may not. Or vice versa, and it's hard to sit there and wait for it to all come together. It seems like it took forever, but this buck finally steps out at the far end of the food plot and presents me at least a clear view of him. I'm on the 6.5 Weatherby. I'm ready. I just hope this buck stops and presents me a shot.
Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles, the most accurate hunting rifles in the world. Yeti Coolers, built for the wild. Safari Club International Foundation, first for wildlife. Hoff Power Auto and Outdoor Stores, over 50 years in Central Texas, and we couldn't have stuck around this long if we were steering you wrong. Chupacabra Rub, shake it, rub it, love it. And Surge Pro, the best yield-enhancing foliar fertilizer on the market. Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Swarovski Optique, see the unseen. Burger Bullets, shoot better, shoot Burger. Hart Rifle Barrels, unparalleled performance, handcrafted one at a time. And John Burrell's High Adventure Company, the finest collection of big game wing shooting and sport fishing destinations in the world.
So it's mid-November, the whitetail rut's wide open, and we're ready for our annual rifle hunt with our good friends, Bill Bolin and his daughter Leah in central Oklahoma. It's windy today. It was 85 degrees here yesterday. There's a big cold front blowing in. It's going to be like low 30s tonight. But the winds they started out at about 20 this morning. They're supposed to get to 35. So it's just been a real windy, blustery day, but we've still seen a lot of deer. The rut's wide open here in Oklahoma. Bill's got a great place. He's got a large tract, a lot of food plots, a lot of feeders, just a magnificent place. They've killed some giant whitetails over the years. Denise was lucky enough to kill a big 8-pointer on the last hour of the last hunt last year, and we had high anticipation of killing a big buck this year. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at does, I'm looking at small bucks chasing does, and I'm just not thinking that the long-browed deer that I've been shown the whole summer through pictures from Bill is going to make an appearance. I'm looking to my left, I'm watching does, I look back, I see 2 does run into the field, and it's longbrow. The first 15 minutes of the set, the first day, he's right in front of me, he's 100 yards. I mean, I'm just calm as a cucumber. I'm thinking this is gonna happen, I'm done, I'm gonna be a hero. Well, I get my gun out the window, and the seat's actually a little too short, so I'm gonna just raise up and simply stick my foot up under my behind so I can get a little bit better angle on him. And when I do, a big gust of wind comes by, blows some leaves by him, it spooks longbrow. He runs to the corner of the field, jumps the fence onto the neighbor's property that I can't shoot on, and he's gone just like that. He showed up in 15 minutes, left in 2 minutes. Denise and Chad go one direction, I go in another direction.
I'm on the 6.5 Weatherby. I'm ready. I just hope this buck stops and presents me a shot. Finally, this buck stops under some limbs at the far end of the food plot, but he's about to exit on us, and I had to make a split-second decision and pull the trigger on him. Got him with a 6.5, he bucks, he runs around this group of cedars. I can't even get unloaded on the 6.5 before I've got a message coming in from Allan because he heard my shot.
I know it's Denise, I know where she was sitting. I get on my phone, I start texting, no response, and I finally get the word Denise is connected.
So this buck ran into the brush line. We get down to the end of the food plot, and he'd only run about 60 yards from where we first hit him. Well, this is where he was when I shot, and he ran around to the left, to the right, and went behind these trees right here. So we get down to where the buck was standing when I shot him, and we follow the trail. The food plot extended beyond that little group of trees and then turned into kind of a brush line. And we stepped into the brush line where the blood trail led us, and just, 20 yards or so into the brush line, there he was. Look at that. Oh man, let's get him around here where you can see him. What a pretty deer. Oh, he is big old deer. Felt like it was a great shot, and Bill's daughter Leah, good friend of mine, just came right on in here just a few yards in the woods, and it's like, I don't know what you're waiting on. He's back here in the woods. So really great morning, a great buck. This is my second year out in Oklahoma with Bill and Leah. Had a great hunt last year, but this has absolutely topped it.
Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by Big & J Long Range Attractants. The aroma is super strong, the range is super long. Revolution Safe Company, inspired by Pendleton. Rotating gun management made simple. Borden Accuracy, makers of the Rimrock, Alpine, and Timberline custom actions. Swagger, the bipod with moves. And New Breed Archery. No hype, just hunt.
A lot of deer getting chased by younger bucks, and I'm just looking it over. It's probably 9 o'clock in the morning, and I see some more movement on the back right-hand corner of the field. And it's through a screen of trees, so I can't really make it out, but it looks like a really good framed deer. I get the Swarovskis up, I'm trying to pick through the brush there, and this buck's got a giant frame, so I'm thinking, that's not long brow, can't be, came from a different direction, and I was right. I wanted to see what this buck was, but I was really going to wait on long brow because I knew long brow was probably going to come back to that field that evening with all those does out there. So I watched this buck for a while. He comes into this little island of trees, makes a scrape, comes out on the edge, and when he turns his head up to get a licking branch, I just see how big he actually is. I mean, this buck's got long beams. He's very, very, very heavy. He's got 13-inch G2s, just a mass monster. He's a basic 5x4, really good brows, just a great deer. I'm thinking, I'm not letting this deer go. This deer's in the upper 160s. I'd just be a fool to let a deer like this go. Giant buck, wow. Big 9-pointer with a kicker too, he's heavy. He's walking away from me, and I'm trying to get him to give me a broadside shot. He just won't do it. He's just on a mission. He's going to go up there and check these does on the upper end of this field. So he gets up there, he finds one that he seems to like the smell of, starts kind of chasing her around. I got the safety off on the 6.5 Weatherby. As soon as he gives me a broadside shot at about 215 yards, I touch the trigger off. 140 hits him high shoulder, and he's down in his tracks. That's a big old Oklahoma stud right there. That's a big Oklahoma stud. Look at the horns on this deer. He's getting bigger the closer I get. Good gosh. Look at the mass and all the extra points. He's got about a 4-inch flyer and a 3-inch flyer and another kicker coming off the base that we didn't even see. 13-inch G2s, heavy mass. I mean, just ball bat size mass. That's what we saw, and he's got long beams, just everything. The 6.5 Weatherby that we're using, 140 grain burger going about 32.20, just dropped him in his tracks. So my buck's dead. I find out Denise has killed a giant 5x4, and it's the first half of the first day of Oklahoma season. That doesn't happen with us. It's never that easy. Welcome back to On Target. I'm Allan Rovig of McWhorter Custom Rifles, and this is our newest team member, Mr. Bill Tompkins. He's a new team member, but Bill's been in the firearms industry for over 30 years. And we want to start off this year talking about, again, why a custom rifle. I know when I got into it, I was a serious hunter, and my basic goal was just having something in my hand that if I ever missed, it was me. Why do you want a custom rifle? Why should anybody want something that costs more and takes longer? Why do you want one, Bill?
I think that's exactly correct. I think what we're looking for is to eliminate any of the potential variables that allow you to make a bad shot, miss whatever it is, so that you don't get to harvest the animal.
Such as a barrel that's not completely straight, or an action that's not completely
Action
straight.
that's not good, or that's why we spend all the time and effort making and buying the custom actions to put into these systems. We actually also put great stocks on them as well. It eliminates some of the harmonics problems that we end up running into. In the long run, what you're looking at is concentricity, you're looking at the accuracy and the best products that we can to assemble into a fine piece of custom rifle.
Absolutely. And then not only that, but we put a lot of time into aesthetics, custom paint jobs, custom Cerakote, different muzzle brake designs.
And don't forget, life's too short to hunt with an ugly rifle.
That's absolutely true.
The other thing that we have to include into this is the fact that it also requires a high quality gunsmith that has the ability to assemble these components into the finest piece that they possibly can. They have to have the knowledge and they have to have the skill to do these assemblies. It's not just anybody that can put together a fine rifle.
That's absolutely right. We've got some very skilled people here working with us. So if you want the ultimate rifle, the ultimate shooting system, give us a call at McWhorter Custom Rifles. And that's our On Target Tip of the Week, brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles.
This segment of BCM was brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. 100% Hill Country Oak Smoked Barbecue delivered anywhere in the country through Rudy's Anywhere. Order online today.
So what now? Longbrow gets off the hook? I don't think so. Leah's been watching Longbrow all summertime. Guess who's up next? Leah and the 7STW McWhorter. As expected, the field starts filling up with deer, and it's not long before Longbrow makes his appearance. Right where he had run off and jumped the fence, 100 yards to the left of there, we see him walking through the neighbor's ground. He's doing the same thing that my buck was doing. He's scent checking all these deer that are up here on this upper wheat field around this feeder. I said, I really think he's gonna come up here and jump this fence. Sure enough, Longbrow reappears. He comes in, he comes to the fence, he looks, he's still on the neighbors, he jumps the fence, and that was Longbrow's last mistake. She's a veteran. She's killed some giant bucks. So she knows what it takes. The deer's behind these trees. He finally walks out. Happens to be about 20 yards behind the feeder. He looks like he's fixing to take off behind a doe, but he's too late. Oh, what a shot! Oh, give me 5.
That was awesome.
Dang.
That was awesome.
Oh, what a shot! Well, we got the professional lady hunter here.
That's awesome.
With a McWhorter, and we got the worst cameraman on the planet, but we got that kill film, so. Leah's ecstatic. She cannot wait. She is ready to climb down out of that tower and get to her Longbrow buck. Leah's a killer boy. She's killed a bunch of bucks in her life. And she had killed a buck earlier this year that was 190 inches with her bow. So she's no stranger to big bucks. She knows what to do, but she was very excited. Long brow was dead, 170 plus inch deer. What a trophy. Oh, what a shot! Yeah! All right. Boy, we really had a great time. We always enjoy seeing our friends Bill and Leah. Next fall can't come too soon.
Those were 3 awesome deer. I'm starting to see a trend here with BCM in Oklahoma. Until next week, always remember, keep God and family first.